Today I will introduce the edge trigger of the oscilloscope. Edge trigger is the most basic and commonly used method in oscilloscope trigger function. Its definition is, the oscilloscope begins to capture and display the waveform when it detects a specific edge of the input signal. Next, enter the specific operation triggered by the edge. Trigger type select edge trigger. The source can be selected from CH1 to CH4 as well as external. We will demonstrate the CH4 trigger first. We adjusted the water level base to make the display of edge types more intuitive. Edge type select rising edge. Oscilloscope will be triggered at the rising edge, that is, the current state. Now here is an ascending trigger type. Adjust to the falling edge and trigger at the falling edge. Rising edge refers to the process of the signal voltage changing from a low level to a high level. Falling edge, it is the process of the signal voltage changing from a high level to a low level. Adjust the time base and change the edge type to any edge, indicating that the signal is triggered at a rising or falling edge. Trigger release means that after the trigger event occurs, the oscilloscope is prohibited from triggering again for a period of time. That is to say, during the trigger release period, even if there is a signal that meets the trigger conditions, the oscilloscope will not respond immediately. Instead, it waits for the release time to end before restarting the detection of the trigger condition. Next, how do I set the trigger when the source is fixed? We need a splitter, 2 BNC wires. Connect the 2 BNC wires to each side of the splitter. Connect 2 BNC wires to each side of the distributor. One of the 2 BNC cables is connected to the XT port on the rear panel of the oscilloscope. Another access channel 1. Input a square wave signal with a frequency of 100,000 Hz and an amplitude of 3 volts. If the source is external, it can be seen that it can be triggered stably.